Welcome to day 15 of me mid-May. I've been out and about. I had to drop my daughter for gymnastics. And the sun was out at that point, so that's why I chose these clothes and I put on tights that I took off. I'm like, no, I have to remember that it's spring and I get used to the weather that doesn't seem to warm up. I'm wearing the Moneta dress by Colette Patterns. It's one of the first PDF patterns I ever bought when I had gotten into serious sewing. That was close to 4 years ago, and I went with the 3/4 sleeves. And probably about this fabric, the fabric I used was meant to be a wearable toile, to say the least. I just used an old dress, a thrifted dress, big dress, and I used it as my toile. And actually I like the final outcome. I can't tell which exact fabric this is. It's a jersey, but I know it's a synthetic jersey. I'm not one to run for synthetic fibers, but I like the feel of this because it fits really good. And for this particular dress, you had to turn it down. I think I bought this pattern when it was so popular on Instagram, and I had just joined Instagram and I had just been inspired by all the sewists there. So that's when I bought this pattern, because there was, I think, what they call the Moneta party challenge that was going on, that many people were sewing up with this pattern and entering into the challenge. So I bought the pattern. I wasn't so brave by then to make a dress. I think it was the very first jersey dress I ever made. No, not the first one, but using a pattern, it was the second one. And actually I like how it turned out. So I never made any other version. This was the toile and this is this version, because more patterns come on and you never find the need to recreate that pattern. Probably I should revisit it one of these days in a more darling fabric. And I don't remember the sizing I made, but I raised the waistline. This is where the waistline comes to. I think I have a short torso. I probably should have raised it by an inch. I didn't do that. Then today, I didn't wear my tights today. Then I wore the boyfriend cardi by Love Notions over it. It's quite warm. This particular one is warm. I had worn my Blackwood cardigan, but it only covers up to here and leaves you open, and it's quite cold. I didn't want to wear a jacket, but I regretted that. And this is a boyfriend cardigan. This is the shawl collar option, so it gives you good coverage. And I chose a fabric which is actually very warm. It's like a fleece fabric, which has a knit. It's like a knit, sweater knit on the outside, but it's fleece on the inside, so it's quite warm and toasty. And yeah, this is what I've worn today. I'm going to show you a clip and also add an image to this. And with the boyfriend cardigan, I think I made size 2 or size extra small. Sometimes they're in numerical value or in letters. So that's what I've made, and I've made 2 of these in similar fabrics but different colors. And they're my go-to caddies. And for this particular one, I omitted the pockets, so I missed pockets and I missed somewhere to drop things. Yeah, I'm back in the house. I'm hoping to put in some time sewing, but I'll see how that all goes. I'm feeling a bit exhausted. I might take a nap. Nothing's better than a weekend nap without much obligation and a lot of things to do. Okay, see you tomorrow. I'm going to attach a clip of what this looks like on me. And hope wherever you are, it's warm and lovely. Bye. See you tomorrow. Hi, welcome to day 16 of me mid-May, and today is Sunday. I went to church in my living room downstairs. I just alternate when I need to do something at church or when we are in charge of something. That's when we choose to go. Then other days we stay at home to allow room for other people to take up the seats, because they can only take up a limited number of people at the moment until life returns to what we knew it to be. So today we just woke up, go to the living room. Not much is going on apart from the normal routine of how you run the home, of running the home. And today I'm wearing one of my earlier makes. This is one of the other patterns I made when I got back into serious sewing making, and it's the Tilly and the Buttons Cocoa dress. And the first version I made it out of an awful ponte fabric. It was so cheap, but it was so rigid and rough. But now this is a different ponte fabric. It's animal print. And it's softer. It feels much better to the skin. And the pattern features a turtleneck. And this pattern is recommended for stable knit fabrics as the likes of your Ponte di Roma sweatshirting, which is not as thick, really. Then you can also make it out of French terries, and scobas, I believe, can also give you a good fit. It's a flared dress. It comes just above my knees, but I think I might have lengthened this one like I do also to most of Till and the Buttons patterns. And it's long sleeved. And it says your go-to beginner-friendly project if you're a beginner and you're looking for something to sew a dress that comes together pretty fast and we don't have to faff around with. I would recommend this, and this is the Tilly and the Buttons Cocoa dress. It's been well loved in the sewing community, mostly when it had just been released. I'm so sure everybody owned this pattern. And the instructions honestly hold your hand. So if you're a beginner and you want to have a go at sewing with knit fabrics without going into the jerseys, which are quite harder and they stretch and grow on you as you sew, this will be a recommendation from me to you. And I'm going to share a clip of what it looks like so you appreciate the shaping. Actually, it would flatter quite many body shapes. And right now, Till and the Buttons patterns are in the process of increasing their size ranges so they cater for a number of women in the sewing community. Now I'll attach an image and you see what it looks like. And see you tomorrow. Let me get on with my day. Bye. Hi, welcome to day 17 of Me Made May. Hope you're all doing well. And I'd never thought and imagined that I would be layering up in spring, but actually that's what I'm doing at the moment. It's cloudy outside. There's no sign of the sun. However, the temperatures show they will warm up but not warming up as much. However, I've kept the tights off. I'm trying to keep some positivity, but I'm so sure when I need to step out, they might come on. So today I'm wearing a pinafore. This is the Nina Lee Camden pinafore. It's one that I made I think about 2 years ago, and I've layered it underneath with this. This is a border style turtleneck. I've worn it already before. I made two the time I made this, a grey one and a black one. But I tend to run for this one most times because you can't go wrong with black. It layers and pairs up with so many colors and so many patterns. And this is another animal print from yesterday's animal print I showed you. And this particular pinafore is well loved. I've made the skirt version. It comes in a pinafore version which can be worn as a dress. That's all dependent on the fabric you choose to use. And I made it out of a needle cord fabric. This is an animal print needle cord fabric. If you're wondering what needle cord is, it's like corduroy, but it has smaller wales. They call them wales, those little horizontal lines. So it has smaller wales, and also it's quite soft to the touch. So I fully lined up this entire dress. I lined the bodice and also the skirt. And the few alterations I made from the pattern recommendations, I should have made size 6 at the bust, size 8 at the waist, and size 8 at the hips. And when I made it it actually came off tight at size 6, so I decided to go for size 8. So I made size 8 throughout because I've found most of the Nina Lee patterns. I've made a few of them. I find the arm size quite so tight around the bust area, so I go a size up, although by my measurements I should be in size 6, but I've decided to go with size 8. It gives me a comfortable fit around the bust area and the arm side. And the other alteration I made I made a sway back adjustment. That's from the twirl. I realized it was dropping off a bit lower. So with the sway back adjustment, I took out some fabric from the bodice, so I get the waistline band. It has a band here which might not be easily visible, but probably I'll try to show it to you better in a clip. So the band comes up to here, and it features patched pockets also. And I also lengthened the skirt by 2.5 inches, which I also find that I need to do to most of Nina Lee patterns because they come off pretty short for me. I've got quite long legs, so I lengthened it by that, so it comes off up just above my knees, the way I love to wear my clothes. And here I love this pinafore, and I'm glad that it's one I can wear on its own as a dress because it has good coverage around the arm side, and also I can layer it all up. Yeah, and I'll show you a clip and an image of what it looks like. We made May Day 17. Hope you're all doing well wherever you are. And today I'm wearing a well-loved big 4 pattern. That's the New Look 6446. I think I've gotten the number right. That's New Look 6446. It's a jumpsuit pattern and also a dress pattern. Actually, it features 4 views. There's a romper version, then there's a jumpsuit with cropped legs, then there's a knee-length dress and also a maxi one. And I made the jumpsuit version, and this is a jumpsuit I made 2 years ago, and it's one of my loved big 4 patterns because I made a twirl of the bodice and I made alterations to it. I made a sway back adjustment. If you're just wondering what it is, I made a tutorial of how I do sway back adjustments to my bodices. I'll add the card I'll add the link in the cards above here and probably the description box below. And I actually love this jumpsuit. I made also a romper, which I wear when the weather's warmed up. It's cropped so it doesn't come up to the knees, it just comes up to the cuffs. I love the fit I got out of it. I'll also attach a clip like I always do, what it looks like. And it just has big straps that are sufficient to cover your bra straps. It might not do a very good job in the back, but it's good, just like as it's in the back. It's boxed at the back, then it has an invisible zipper which comes pretty low to allow for pulling over your hips. And it also comes with an optional strap. You don't need it really because it's quite fitted, and I adjusted it to be fitted at the waist. So this is just an added thing that is probably not as useful because it's not cinching in anything, and it's actually the same exact fabric, unless if you have extra fabric to spend. And I happen to have had extra. Then it features pockets. Those are slash pockets on the side. I actually love it. I love wearing it, and I'm going to attach a clip of it on. And although the sun is out, which is brilliant, I hope to wear a denim jacket over it because the weather changes all the time. We always expect some rain. And yeah, and I feel like with the cropped legs, they give some coverage so I won't feel as cold. And ideally, actually, as long as my arms are warm, my legs hardly feel cold. So that's the one thing I take care of. I cover my neck with a scarf and the jacket. And that's it for today. That's day 17. The month is going by pretty fast. And yeah, see you tomorrow. me May Day 19. The sun is up and I'm wearing one of my happy dresses. And this is the fringe dress by Choke and Notch. Yes. And I made this dress last year out of this cotton lawn fabric, which I received from a local fabric shop called Fabrics for All, because I'm a blogger there. So they gifted me fabric in exchange for a review. And I received this last year. And it was a fabric I was so precious about that I wanted to choose a pattern that I've been eyeing, that I've wanted to make for such a long time. And this dressed in surprise, I've always loved it. And when I bought the pattern, I wanted the perfect fabric. And I'm glad I actually made it. It was an easy dress to make because I didn't have to make many alterations. It features a high waist. My natural waistline is here, but this is where the waist seam is. So it's a high-waisted dress. So it's quite way above my natural waistline, and I've got quite a short torso. So it's meant to just come right below your bust. Not really exactly below your bust, but a little in between your bust and natural waistline. And it features a rounded hem, scalloped hem or rounded hem. I don't know what to call it, but it's a bit raised at the sides. And in so doing, it ended up being a rather bit short on the side. I just feel like it shows a bit more thigh because I've got long legs. Next time I make this pattern, I'll probably lengthen it so the sides a bit lower. It's not the worst because the front is quite dipped. Yeah, I think it's a dipped hem. The front is quite dipped, so the front comes at my knee or probably just below my knee, and then it's a bit raised on the sides. And it also features optional ties, and there was an option to add the ties at the bust, at the front darts, or on the sides. I didn't want to put them at the darts just in case I end up not needing the ties, and because the darts are the first things you construct when you're making this dress, so I decided to wait till knit until I had fitted it on. So I inserted them on the side seams because it's easier to pick the side seams. And I also would imagine if they were the darts, they could weaken the dart seams there because you keep pulling them and opening them. And I thought it would be best on the side seams because they're easier to repair than darts. And it features definitely inseam pockets, and that's the perfect thing about it. And I had to only sew 3 buttonholes because if you're anything like me, you always have a hit and miss with buttonholes. I've got a decent sewing machine which does well. And I stopped making test buttonholes because when you're making those on the test fabric, they are perfect. Then you go into your precious fabric, your precious make that you're almost done with, and you have to have struggling. And that's when I find that I struggle most with buttonholes, although they work out perfectly well on the test pieces. But back to the dress, and I'm going to show you a clip of what it looks like on me. I actually love it. It's one of my happy dresses, and now that today the sun is out, it's the best time to pull it out. Okay, see you tomorrow. I'll show you a clip. Yes, if I've not mentioned, I've made size 2 all throughout, and it was good. It was true to size. Oh, another exciting feature about it has a band that is sewn on here. I think it's an optional one. You can either turn the dress at that point and seam it. A band and also a little tab that with a button, which is an added feature. It's not as evident because my dress is colorful. It has a lot going on. But if it was a plain dress, you would easily see the dart feature here. And those are the added details that attracted me to this dress. Okay, see you tomorrow. I'll share a clip and an image of me in this dress. Bye. Welcome to day 20 of Me Made May. Hope you're all doing well. And today I'm wearing one of my very first D&Do patterns. I think this is the first pattern I made from D&Do. I've so far made 3 of their patterns and I love them. And this is the Sironko jumpsuit, which was released about 2 years ago, and it was a favorite one and well loved one among the sewing community. And I remember when they released it, many people were sewing it in all different bright prints and it looked amazing. So when I got this fabric from Fabrics for All still then around 2 years ago when I just started blogging for them. And this is a viscose jersey. For D&Do, I'm supposed to cut out size 36 at the bust, which I should blend into 38 at the waistline and 38 at the hips, and that's what I did that time. But I didn't put into consideration that this pattern is recommended for more stable knits or knits that are not as stretchy for a particular percentage, with a particular percentage. However, the viscose jersey, as you may tell, is quite so drapey and quite stretchy. So I ended up sewing that sizing, and the jumpsuit never fitted well, so I had to go in taking all different parts. So I had to go in and reduce the sides, and it was quite a hard thing to do around the pockets because the pockets they are slash pockets, so it's hard to reduce a lot around the pockets. But I did a lot of alterations to each and every piece of this jumpsuit because I went for a more stretchy fabric which couldn't keep the shape, so it ended up being drapey because also viscose jersey is quite drapey. So when I made my second version, I decided to cut out size 36 throughout, and I went with a more stable jersey and it fitted really well. And the only and apart from that, I made a sway back adjustment, which is a common adjustment I make, whereby if the waistline is quite below from your natural waistline, you have to take out that extra fabric. So I did it to this. So the band, it features a band. So the band comes at my natural waistline, and it also features a faux wrap, which helps with getting it over your body, which is a clever thing. And it has a nice flattering shape to it. And it's meant to be made with long legs that are folded over, but that's a look I didn't want. So I cut off about 3 inches, if I'm not mistaken, to get it to my ankle, which is pretty good. I like that I can dress this jumpsuit up and dress it down. Now that all goes to the accessories you pair it up with. And yeah, I love this jumpsuit. Every time I wear it, I get so many compliments, and I like the bright colors. Given today the sun has refused to come out, but no one is going to take away my spring vibes. So I'm going to wear this and probably layer a leather jacket or a denim jacket over, and some comfortable flat shoes. Okay, see you tomorrow. I'll attach an image and a clip of what it looks like on me, if that helps you know exactly how it fits and how it looks. Oh, and it also features some pleats to help with some room around the tummy area. So it's a good jumpsuit. I've seen people of various body shapes who have made it, and seems to be well loved, and it suits quite many people. Okay, see you tomorrow. Hi, welcome to day 21 Me Made May, and glad to have you here. And today I'm wearing the Melody Dolman blouse by Love Notions, and I'm not sure when this video will go live, but this is the Feature Friday pattern for today. I just had the sizes updated, and it was running before from size extra small to 3XL, but right now you can get it in sizes extra small to 5XL, and all the sizes come with full bust adjustment. And if you wanted to sew a shirt and probably you're petrified or not yet brave to tackle shirts, I would recommend this pattern, because I was also on a lookout for a shirt pattern, but I knew I didn't want to have to work with yokes and then collars and everything. This is a camp style shirt blouse. I would call it a blouse, and it's so easy. It comes together much faster than a shirt. It has dormant sleeves, grown on sleeves, no setting in sleeves whatsoever. It also has a band which helps with keeping the hem neat, actually the bottom hem, and also not the bottom hem, the sleeve hem neat. So it actually gives it a nice feature, grown on sleeves, and it has no yoke whatsoever. Probably that's something you love. No yoke in the back. It's just one single piece, front and back piece, no yoke whatsoever. And then the collar doesn't come in too many pieces. It's just two pieces cut in a pair. It's just the front and the back piece, and it's just one single piece that's sewn together and fitted onto the blouse piece. And also it features, what should I call it, the interfacing. And it's the same interfacing that is visible at the front, and the interfacing comes up to the inside. It's just a wide interfacing, not so big. And I like this blouse because it's quite versatile. It's recommended for your apparel quality fabrics, like the lightweight to medium weight. And I use the cotton poplin, which was gifted to me by Minova. I actually like the colors, the florals in it. And I went with bold buttons and reds, which pull out the color in the blouse. And it has such a great feminine look. It's your mid-ground of a shirt and a blouse, but having the best of both worlds. And I'm going to show you a clip of what it looks like and how you can wear it. And right now I'm wearing it over my ready-to-wear jeans. Yes, I've not yet completed my me-made jeans that I'm about to finish. I hope I can finish them before me-made May, so I get to showcase them here. But yeah, I'm going to show you a clip and a picture. And I would really recommend it to anyone who wants to have a go at sewing a shirt, but probably don't want a shirt, you want something more dressy or something more feminine. And yeah, I made size extra small. I tend to make size extra small for my tops and bodices with love notions, and I go down to size small for the skirts and the pants. I'm going to share a clip and an image of what it looks like on me and how I try to wear it. Sometimes you can tie the bottoms together or leave it open or tuck it in. And I like this floral shirt. It gives a touch of a blouse and also a dressy look and a feminine touch to it. See you tomorrow, and let me know what you think. This is the last episode of this week, and let me know what you think. Are you learning something? Would you want me to go into much more detail next week for the almost pretty much the last full week of Me-Made May? Let me know what you think. Otherwise, if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and subscribe and leave the comments in the description box below. I enjoy reading them and replying to them. And while you subscribe, don't forget to press the bell icon so YouTube notifies you whenever I upload a new video. Otherwise, see you tomorrow. Bye.